morning. Welcome to another episode of the Golden Spear Homestead. What's going on, everybody? As you can see, we're loaded up and we're headed back up to the land this morning. Scotty, he's in there getting breakfast. We got a third member to the crew. We brought Gunner out with us today, so Gunner's gonna be our third guy. He's in the back observing everything. Say good morning, Gunner. Anyway, yeah, we're on the road, and then once we get to the property, we'll let you know what we're gonna be getting into. All righty, let's get it. All righty, what's going on? I ain't got my mic on. You know who it is, Uncle Scotty out here.
What happened?
Yeah. So we made it up here to the property. We put the trailer in its new home. And so today what the process is, you know, you get here, we got a bunch of stuff to set up, get the camp set up. But let me just show you guys where the trailer's new home is gonna be. We put it in an area where when all the windows and stuff is open, you'll get that view of the city back there. Out of the bedroom, you'll get that view. I'm gonna end up trimming up this tree and trimming that tree and this tree, so that we can have a view of the mountain and the sunset in the evening. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna finish getting the camp set up, and then I'll come back in video and show you what the project is today. Spoiler alert, it's not the concrete, but you guys already knew that if you watched my last video. But I got a project that I should have done a long time ago that we're gonna get handled today. All right, see you in a little bit. We got all of our, I would say, chores done. You know, when you come, you know, it's been about a month or so, a couple of months since I've been up here. And, you know, when you come up, there's always something to do, especially that first day back. So I've learned my lesson. Normally I've always been like, all right, let's get up here. And when we get there, you know, we'll get started on the project. And then when we get here, setting up camp or setting up everything that we need, you know, for our stay, it ends up being a little bit more than I anticipated. So this time I planned for it. We planned to just come up here today, and you know, we wasn't going to try to start doing any projects and just get the property, you know, like we like it. You know, so today when we got here, you know, my rhino, the lawnmower, you know, got those up and running. You know, oil in them, new battery in the lawnmower, charged up the rhino. We ended up, you know, I showed you earlier, putting the trailer up. So then once I got the lawnmower running, there were some areas that had high grass. So we ended up cutting the grass and, you know, getting the weed eater out and just knocking down everything, you know, making it look like somebody lives here. You know, that's the one thing I don't want my property to look overran with weeds and high grown grass. So if somebody should happen to stumble on it, you know, it looks like somebody's here, you know, look like they ain't gonna mess it up. But anyway, what do we have going on? Glad you asked. So what I decided to do on this trip was, and forgive me, I don't have being in a rush to get up here. Well, not really in a rush. Just you have so many things that you want to take, and I even had a list of packed and ready to go, and I still went off and forgot my camera bag. So I'm doing this whole video with my cell phone. So forgive me if the audio isn't quite clear, or you know, It's not crisp, but I'm gonna do my best with what I got. So back to the project. What we're gonna end up doing is, I'll walk over here while I'm talking to you. It's time to put this back fence up. I got a lot of stuff up here on the property, and I granted, you know, it's just 3 strands of barbed wire, but it makes a difference. You know what I mean? There's wide open areas back here where animals or anybody can just walk through my property, and I don't want that to happen anymore. So that's what we're going to do. I ended up getting everything that I need, got barbed wire, got the T-post, and tomorrow morning me and Scotty will get out and we'll install this back fence over here, and that's really the main project. So this is the corner where it stops at, and what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to take these out. I'm going to extend it out to about right here, and then let me just show you. It'll be better if I just show you because you don't know what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is end up, that's where I stopped at when I initially started. So what we're going to do is bring it out to about right here, about right where I'm standing, and then we're going to go and work our way all the way down. Actually, it'll be about right here, and so there's going to be a lot of stuff that we got to cut. And what we got to do is we're going to take it, I'm going to take it down, and there's a yellow cone back there, and what I'm going to end up doing is being on the inside of that yellow cone. So we got to be on the inside of that, and I may have to cut some of these trees with my chainsaw, cut what I can out just to make space for it, but that's what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to get into tomorrow. It's a full day of work, but once we get it done, I'm going to be real happy. Then my property will be pretty much closed in. So yeah, that's going to do it for like the first day. What we're about to do now is, you know, get dinner going, turkey burgers, vegetables, and fries is what's on the menu for tonight. And then we're just gonna chill and then get up first thing in the morning and hit it. All right. Oh, good morning. All righty, we are heading out to put up this fence post. You can see we got the rhino loaded up. So I done fed Scotty, so he can't talk today. We're working like a Texas mule today, bro.
He's the only one that ate. I didn't eat nothing.
Whatever.
That's all I got. Half a jug of water.
We're gonna get out to the work site and then we're gonna show you what we got going on. Okay, so we're out where we're about to get started. Let me show you all how loaded we have this little rhino. Got everything that we're gonna need today. We got our posts, we got barbed wire, we got tools, we got chainsaw, we got solar power battery, the other tools that we need. We got the main important thing, water. Hopefully it's not too tough of a job on us today. 2 old men. I think the most hard part is going to be getting the post in the ground. And then I got some trees up there to cut. So yeah, we're about to get the first one in the ground. Let's see how it goes.
Rookies.
It won't take long to tear these pretty hands up. All right, gang. Scotty's putting that in. I don't know if you can see down the line, but that's the line. And what we're doing is we got a little string line on 2 nails. And I'll show you how we're keeping our track. Woo, Scotty. Scotty has a problem staying vertical. Push it towards the property. Push. You're a little bit more. Yep, we're good. All right. So what we do is, once we put it in, and just so you know, to save us, well, us to save money, I do a regular T-post, and then I put one of these little garden posts in between. We got 860 feet to go from one end to the other, and I'm spacing the green T-post every 50 feet apart, and then we're putting the black ones in between that, just to kind of save me some money. So far it's been working out. So what I'm about to do now is pick up the nail. You pick the nail out, pull the nail out, and then we go down, keeping it. So again, coming back, we came out earlier this morning. Every 50 feet, we sprayed an orange dot on the location where we wanted to place the post. Now, of course, as we've been doing it, you'll make an adjustment in or out, depending on what's underneath the ground. There's a lot of rocks, as you see. This is very rocky. So we are playing with about a circumference of about a foot. So what I'll do is I'll take my nail and we'll walk it down. And you can see the other orange dot is right there. So I'll walk my string line towards the orange dot. And once I get to it, I'll make my adjustment in or out. So here we are. There's my string, and I'm looking kind of at the line going down the road, and that's kind of how we're keeping straight. So I'm gonna place this one about right here. Scotty, you can bring that. I'm gonna place that in the ground right there. Bring it towards out some, Scott. Out. About right there. All right, we're gonna get these posts put in the ground, and then once we get done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, gang. We got, if you look back there, we got all our posts in, and at the end down here, we closed off, but I want to show you something that I did. And I know y'all gonna be like, well, why fence it off if you're gonna leave this little bitty opening? Is we left this opening right here because up here, we get animals on the property, and we followed, this is where their trail. They come down through that area, and then they come through here, and they kind of walk through, and they'll go out in our main field area and graze. So me and my wife, we didn't want to stop that. I got trail cams, and we get great pictures, so if animals want to come on, we welcome that. Down here on this end section, got the barbed wire up. I tied it in to the point of my property, which is right there, and had to cut back these trees a little bit, and I added them to my brush pile. That just adds a little bit more protection. But all in all, it's coming along. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to start running the barbed wire for this section. And then once we get started on that, get it finished, we'll come back and show it with you. All right, chugging along. Woo! We got it done. So we're gonna show you what it looked like. This is coming down to the end. This is the corner. We brought it out and took it all the way down. Man, I gotta say, this was a project that I've been needing to get done and for a couple years, and so I'm glad that we're able to get this done. So the main project for this trip checked off the list. All right. Hey, good morning. All righty. Well, a successful trip. Like I said yesterday, we got that fence done, and that was the most important thing that I wanted to get done. My partner Scotty, I asked him, I was like, man, what should we do? Should we complete the shed, or should I do that back fence? And the weather up here, even though it's in northern Arizona, it can easily get in the 90s and low 100s during the summer. So he was like, man, let's get that fence done because it's only gonna get hotter. And I really believe if we hadn't got it done this time, it probably would have been next summer or next winter before I got it done. So I'm glad to get that done. So as far as the shed, what's going on with it? So here's the foundation. Got a little grass growth going in the foundation part of it. But coming up, looking at it, what we're gonna end up doing is I'm not doing concrete. We're just gonna do a wood base, but I'm gonna still use this foundation. And then I'm gonna shorten the size. I think I'd said it in the last video. I'm gonna shorten the size from 8 by 16 to 8 by 10. So, and that'll be enough space for us to put the utility shed in and the pump house and you know, for the solar field. And look back there, that's where the trailer new home is. But yeah, so got a lot of very productive. Wasn't really, we didn't, you know, the only hard work was that fence. And it was definitely, wasn't difficult, but very labor intense and a lot of walking. I think by the end of the day, my watch ended up dying on me right about noon, a little bit after noon. And at that time, I had almost 20,000 steps for the day. So that's a lot of steps. It's something I want to share with you that I installed, especially up here on the off-grid property. And I think if anybody has an off-grid property and you know you're working in a dusty area and you're cutting and stuff is flying and all that, I think you need this. What I ended up doing was, and I got it from my favorite auction website, but I got myself an eye wash station. Just something simple. You know, put some distilled water in that and hung it up on the door. And if, you know, out here when it get dusty or something blowing your eye, we can walk over here and flush your eye out. So felt like that was something I wanted to share with you guys. I think, you know, if you guys got a property or land or you're working out, you know, get yourself an eye wash station. Protect those eyes. Whew. Well,
man.
Another successful trip, man. It's always great coming up.
Yeah, man.
We'll be back. Thank you guys so much for following the channel. We appreciate everything you do. And until the next time, peace. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Golden Spear Homestead.
Right on.